How's it going, guys? A little awkward. I was digging through my box of stuff to find some materials that I could use to make some armored shin guards, and I found some armored shin guards, which is very good for making those. I entirely forgot that I ever even made these things. I actually did a whole build video on them, but the video itself turned out such poopy caca that I never even released it. I don't have the video anymore, so I can't really do that, but luckily it doesn't really matter because these things are so simple that it would be kind of pointless to even release a video. It's just lacrosse shin guards with a aluminum plating over the knee. Just kidding, this is a strip of tire over the knee, aluminum plating over the shin, and then articulated steel over the foot. This is the same type of thing that I used in the gauntlet build. So yeah, really simple, pretty cool. But today we're gonna be making the upper leg armor. Extremely simple, just kind of takes a really freaking long time to do. But if you just got some patience, nothing could be easier. So here's the video, hope you guys enjoy it. All right, here's all the stuff that I can think of needing right now. For the base of the armor, we're gonna be using that same heavy duty canvas that we used in the riot armor. But because this is such a flexible and busy piece of armor, just constantly moving because it's wrapped around your legs, we're gonna have to reinforce it with some leather. Now, as a very cheap source of leather, I just got this $15 welding apron from Menards. Pretty big piece of leather for just $15. I think that is a pretty good deal. Then a very minor part of the armor plating is going to be some of this tread plate. I do mainly want to do the washer mail for a majority of the armor, but this is just so that the piece of armor looks like it matches the rest of the armor. But yeah, for a majority of the armor, so that we can get maximum mobility, we're going to be doing that washer mail that I came up with in the original body armor build, the stuff that I had over the shoulder. I'll be showing you guys how to do that once we get to that part. First, we have to figure out how much canvas we have to cut out. All right, so here's the design I came up with. Ignore this line right here and this line right here, those were mistakes. Here's a top part that will go around your waist. I've given about 2 inches at the top so that I'll be able to fold that down and then sew along that line right there so that there will be like a little tunnel for you to pass the belt through to be able to put it around your waist. Then there's a bit of a taper right here, and then it comes down to a point. So I'm gonna cut this out. Alright, that sucks. Covers absolutely nothing from the front, so I guess I'm just gonna have to cut this out again, but this time cut it wider. I'm definitely gonna hold on to this though. I have no doubt there's something I could do with it later. Alright, now I've cut the wider one out. I've done the same thing with the 2.5 inches on the top, so I can fold it down and sew along this edge. Before I do that sewing though, I have to prepare the leather by cutting it at this seam right here, and then I should have 2 pretty appropriately sized pieces of leather. These hooked little razor blades really make quick work of these stitches. Right, now that I got the leather cut out, I can start with the sewing. So I line up the end of the leather here with the edge that is folded of the canvas. Pull this back, open that up right there, and put the leather inside. Then I did the other 2 edges, and now we can fold this over and do the thing. Alright, I've lined up the first row of washers just about how I want them, and I'm going to mark the hole on every single one. Now I'm going to use this hole punch to punch holes. And then here's how you put it together. Take the rivet, put it into the washer, put the rivet through the leather and the canvas, and then put the next washer underneath. Clamp the whole thing, and then pop the rivet. And rinse, lather, and repeat about 1,000,000 times. And I want to see how this is going to fit really quick. So here is how I'm going to feed the nylon webbing through that sleeve. I'm going to take some PVC pipe, put it through the sleeve. Now I'll take some paracord, feed it through the PVC pipe. Finally, I take the webbing, I'll roll it up a little bit, tie the paracord around it as tight as I can. Put this into the PVC pipe, pull the paracord tight, and pull the pipe out. All right, pretty good so far, I think. Now you're gonna do your next row of washers like this, and make sure when you lay them down, you do this zigzag pattern. You don't just lay them in straight rows like this, because when you do that, then you've got long, straight spaces in between all the washers that a blade can get through horizontally or vertically. Laying them down like this, there's not really any way that a blade could get in between them if you were slicing. The weakness here is if you were to stab into it, which is the weakness of regular chainmail too. So it's not way more protective than regular chainmail. That's not the upside. The upside is that this is a million times easier to do than making chainmail. So same process as before, just punch out the holes and attach the washers. So I got 2 rows on both sides. Now I'm going to start working on the tread plate. I'm going to use a steel wire brush to clean off the mill scale, and then I can start cutting the plates out. All right, I flipped it over so I got a flat surface to work with. All I'm gonna do is drill through all of these dots right here with the 3/16 inch drill bit. Then I'm gonna use my angle grinder with a cutoff wheel to cut all of these lines out. All right, I'm gonna score some lines down the center of all 4 plates. All right, now I'm gonna trim out these corners. Now I'm going to slightly bend these pieces on the line I scored. You see, it's not very much, it's really just enough for the line to be visible from the other side. Now I'm going to pretend like I'm a bird and just drop some little cacas into the score here so that it's not a weak point. Quack, quack. Then for the tread plates, basically same deal. Mark out the holes, punch them out, and then I'm going to use a washer just on the underside. Alright, a couple more rows of washer mail on this side. I did it this way. You'll see why once I'm wearing it, but I actually don't like the way it's all shimmery like this. It looks a little too decorative for me, so I'm going to tape up these plates, do a little bit of painting, and you're all finished. pretty cool, I think. Now, I've been struggling to even figure out what I wanted to call these things, because they're not exactly like really any armor that I've seen out there. But after a lot of thinking about it, I think the closest thing I could probably compare them to would be like Samurai Haidate, because it's not like plate armor that goes around your thighs. It's just free hanging plates that protect you from like sideways chops and slices. If I could remake them, obviously I would make it so that the gap hangs a little narrower. But like I said, they're still super protective from outward chops and slices, and I think they look pretty cool as it is. Maybe next time. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed the build. I'm actually headed out to Oregon tomorrow for my collaboration with Matt from Ironclad Industries. Very excited, a little bit nervous, never driven for 2 days straight, but if I don't fall asleep at the wheel and crash and die, you guys are gonna get some really cool collaborations, so I'd say that's totally worth it. But that's just about all I got for today though, guys, so thank you all very much for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye.